right, guys, this thing is just an unbelievably good trail rig. This thing can really do some really great climbing and crawling over the roots and over my logs, really good. And these tires are just the stock tires, but man, they really grip the wood and get in the dirt, and they just bite really nice, surprisingly well. This thing is completely stock besides the oil shocks I put in the rear. The front shocks are the stock cantilever shocks. Now, them being cantilever, they have a little bit better dampening than just your standard friction shocks do. So it's got a nice, I don't know if you watched my last video of this, but it does not bounce like it used to. The rear is so much more fluid the way it moves. The way it climbs and crawls, I like the way it twists. It's got really good flex. I mean, that thing, look at that. I can really get some height. The other three wheels are planted on the ground, and look how high up that is. It's way up there. Even the front got some really awesome flex action going on with it. I mean, for this buggy being stock, it's quite surprising how good it is. It is the stock ESC, and surprisingly, the stock ESC has a nice slow modulation to it. Has a decent top speed. As you've seen, the first half of this video I ran it in first gear, and there's not a giant difference in first and second. The top speed, there's quite a chunk of difference, but both of them kind of drive very similar, really slow. It has a little bit more torque in low gear, I will admit that, and but you can still climb and crawl really well in high gear also on this one. And a lot of buggies and trucks, you really, it's different ones you can are similar, but I have several that you can't even climb and crawl real well in second gear, but this one has quite a bit of torque in high gear. But I prefer, if I'm just going to be trailing at a slow pace, I'll keep it in low gear for that little bit of extra torque it does have. Now, this thing is not a racing buggy. It's not blistering fast or anything. It's got a 540 can motor. I'm not sure the turn on it. It's WLToys stock motor on this thing. But it's really been a long-lasting good motor, so I'll give it that. This has just been an overall great buggy. Now, it is a 2-in-1 receiver, which I don't like that, but at least it's geared nice. It runs well. The ESC is not bad, and it's got a five wire servo. I don't like that about it, but they sell, you can get them easy online. I burnt one of them, the first one up on this, and I had it on my the big rock pit that I go to. If you guys seen my older videos, I used to go to it a lot. I'm gonna make some videos this summer in the rock pit, but that rock pit I was pretty vicious with this thing, and it burned that servo up. But it was easy to order another one. I got it pretty quick, and it was fairly easy to get it installed. Now, I did lock the front diffs on this, and I used a earplug, and it was a woman sized earplug, so they're smaller. It was a perfect size. It was one of those mashable earplugs. Just stuck it down in the diff, and so that way I can remove it if I want to unlock the diffs again. That way I didn't want to use glue that's going to be hard to dig out. So I used the earplug method, and it works just fine. So that's the only mods I made. Those two mods is locking the front diffs and getting oil shocks in the rear of this thing. Really made this thing just a little beast out on these trails. But let me know your thoughts of it. I do have there's the stock transmitter. Now, I made a video just last week of this thing, but if you guys didn't see that video, I'm going a little more in depth with it. But here is this time. It's a very nice transmitter. It's got all your features. I believe it is a 6-channel, but it's got basically everything you need on it. There's your trims. You got throttle trim there, steering trim there. I put a thumbstick on it so I can one-hand drive it. And there's where you switch your gears, low and high. It's got a servo in there for the gears. So far, the gear servo has been fine. Hasn't, you know, knock on wood, this has just been a little tough buggy, and it can take a beating. This thing can really take a beating. If you watch Kevin Talbot's the videos, his older videos, where he took this thing and just beat the heck out of it. But of course, a lot of people get this confused with the 1/12 scale. The 1/12 scale does not have lock diffs. It does not have it has smaller wheels. Of course, it's 1/12 is smaller altogether. The only thing, the 12 scale, that really the easiest way to tell is the 1/10 scale does not have lights. It's got stickers. The 1/12 scale does have lights. They're not real bright. I own the 1/12 scale. If you want to look back at my videos, I made a video on it. It's fun on trails, but it doesn't have the slow modulation like this does, and it has both the diffs are unlocked. It's more of just a little basher buggy. They're really good buggies, you know. They're only like $100 or something, but this one is about double the price, but you're getting a whole lot more for your money. You know, it runs a lot smoother, a lot better for slow crawling and trailing. Just a better overall machine. It's got more room for a bigger battery. It comes with, that's the LiPo it comes with. It's a 2200 milliamp hour 2S LiPo, and 25C. Plenty of runtime. I'm not exactly sure the runtime I get. I've drove this thing probably 30 to 40 minutes and still didn't kill it, but I always charge the battery up after I run, so I'm not sure the full runtime, but it's definitely plenty for me, that battery is. But all right, guys, I'll just give it a more in-depth look at this buggy. I really enjoy this thing. I've been taking it out more lately and seeing what it can and can't do, and what it can do is very well on the trails for what it is, for the price of it, and just what it is. It just stock. Like I said, though, you don't have to make that front mod. It's still a really good trail truck without locking that front diff. This thing isn't a speed demon, so locking that front diff, you don't hardly lose any at all of the steering, because if it was a really fast buggy or something, I wouldn't lock that front diff. But since it's not, to me, it's a better machine locking that front diff. It's more like it's just a standard crawler then, basically. But I'll call it a trail truck since it doesn't have high-end electronics in it. And the servo, you don't want to take that thing on like the hardcore rocks and stuff, because you're going to end up burning that thing up. But it's a decent servo. It will last in any of these trails and stuff. This one has lasted me for a couple years now on trails, and I have trailed with it quite often. So, but anyway, all right, guys, enough rambling on. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit me up, you got any questions about this buggy. And as always, oh, don't forget to hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. It gets the videos out there, guys. I greatly appreciate you. But as always, thank you for everything.